guys, the Buckeye Nation. I know you probably don't see this too often, but first time I'm making a video tonight. Decided to make a video like posting for my life and for mental health updates and oh boy, what should I start? Yeah, today's been a bumpy ride today, and as you may know, the mental health, challenges, so still getting my moods, once in a while, and not as prevalent as last year or whatever. But man, so where should I start? Well, in the mornings, when I work in the mornings, every Tuesday, Thursdays, I'll be working tomorrow morning, and as you may know that my my morning's been pretty stable, mentally, and yeah, so happy, mentally stable, and my mornings, it's always it's always the best, best time of the day, to be mentally happy, mentally stable and happy, and I could show you the video of the, of the actual, morning. It was yesterday morning, Tuesday morning. So if I could, I'll give you guys a little sample, of how I felt that day, yesterday. So just give me a moment here, okay? I want to make sure everybody's not in the frame. So. So like I said, I'm for privacy. I don't want nobody in my videos, just for privacy. So yeah. Oh. Okay. Actually, I'll edit this video. I use Power Director, so what I'll do is I'll put that statement of that video in there. So right after I said please hold on, the last bit there. Yeah. So how are you guys doing? This week, last week. I haven't been in my studio for a while. Over a week. So over a week, and a half, I say. And so well, I better make a regular video for you guys right here. So and I know it's late I know it's kind of late to the party, but and yeah, well, I'll tell you what's been happening. So yeah, sometimes my moods, depends to get the best of me, whatever, as you may, I know that, it's myself, it's me. I gotta manage my symptoms, my mental health, my physical health, and stuff. Nobody's gonna do it for me, right? So I gotta do everything on my own, manage everything. So we just bought groceries today, sitting 60, little over 70 bucks, 70 bucks groceries, prices like that, so didn't do stressful. So Yeah, I just bought like regular stuff, like bought onion rings, and all that toilet paper, and necessities, so necessities for my own, my own place, yeah, my own, that's what happens, that's what happens when that's part of being on your own, right? So you gotta think for yourself, gotta buy stuff for yourself, and so nobody's gonna do it for me anymore. So I gotta do everything on my own. So I shop online, so I use Walmart Plus delivery, and it's pretty good, So I pay annual $89 a year, so yeah, it's a lot cheaper to pay. It's a lot cheaper to pay monthly, so I'll probably renew it this year again. So yeah, and yeah, I gotta change my credit card, because I'm trying to pay off my Capital One days, so I'm trying to make my Capital One, as much less useful. So I'm not trying to use that Capital One anymore. So now now that I paid it off, now that I started paying it off. So now with the extra money I make for cutting the grass, whatever, I put most of it on my Capital One. So yeah, I'm in debt. So lucky me, but it's probably be on my own. It's my choice, right? Just probably be on my own. Pay bills, I gotta pay debts. Yeah, pay my own debts. Yeah, so yeah, like I said, I'll tell you what happened. Well, as you say, like I said, my mornings are good. Every time, I leave the house, and go to work, stuff in the mornings. I only work 9 hours, so, I mean, work 10 hours, goes by fast. So, yeah, I get home after work, and then, I'm doing pretty good, I'm doing good, most mornings, but when afternoon comes around, my mood starts to dip, so I don't know what, I should be more happy, I should be happy all day, Something like, in the mornings, like, every time I get up, in the morning, make my coffee, and, and whatever, breakfast, wherever, I usually have coffee and oatmeal, whatever, but I got nothing right now, so I'll probably make after work, I'll probably make my eights and all that stuff. Like, have you guys add that, you put, in a bowl, whatever, like, you add eights, doubled eights, sausage. Well, I didn't buy sausage this time, but I bought ham this time. I put ham, I put ham and red pepper and all that in my double dates, and then hash browns and no bacon. I got brush and buy bacon too. So, so I mean more money, right? I mean you can't buy everything, right? But I like bacon too. I didn't buy bacon, so damn it. Anyways, yeah. So. At least I did buy bacon, but I don't think so. I didn't buy bacon, so bought ham. I bought ham and stuff like that. Yeah. Anyways, back up point here. Let me get it up. Yeah, my mental health. My mornings been pretty, like I said, been pretty good. So most mornings, like till like 12 o'clock, 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock, it starts to get it's like a yo-yo, like the yo-yo effect, it's kind of, so yeah. And as you already know, I lost, you know, family members, you know, 3 years apart, last year, and 2022, and, and everything else, everything else is between, Now I'm bitching about Canada, so my country, I was born in, I was born in Canada, I was bitching about that, so because, as you may know, Canada, has been destroyed, so thank you, Mark Carney, for that, so I want to say thank you to the Liberals and Mark Carney, for destroying my country that I was born and raised, I was born and raised in St. Louis, all my life, since I came in on my own. Well, technically, living with roommates, stuff like that, and then I left in a care home, kind of thing, and for a year, and I've been living on my own since. So here I am, still living on my own, paying everything on my own, paying bills and doing taxes, income taxes and paying debts, my credit cards, stuff like that. So yeah, so like I said, that stuff. So yeah, it's time to see you again, I've been off track there. Yeah, my morning, like I said, my afternoons are, that's the only time it gets dipped to the low. So, what do you think? Can you tell me, guys, can you guys tell me if you ever feel that way, if you ever feel that dip, the low dip? Because it's not normal, to be feeling like that all the time. I don't know, I know a lot of people have grievances, mental health challenges, Luckily for me, I do not have bipolar, I do not have schizophrenia, I don't have any mental illness, like, ADHD, whatever, hyperactivity disorder, wherever people get hyper, wherever, so ADHD, whatever, something like that. So yeah, it's hyperactivity disorder, and people get hyper, and stuff, all over the place. Something like as if you got sugar rush, Yeah, so yeah, lucky I do not have any of that stuff, so imagine me, suffering bipolar, anything like that, imagine, I know my cousin Priscilla, she had bipolar, it runs in the family too, so it's a resource family, right? It's a rich source, it's all in the rest, all the stuff that, runs in the family, bipolar, be overweight, diabetes, high blood pressure, all that, it runs in the family, see. So, lucky for me, I'm technically healthy, but not 100% healthy, but, as me, I'm also immune compromised, so see, like, I have 5% for me, so my body's not as normal as other people have, so I was born with deformities, everything in my body is all different, so yeah, so yeah, like I said, my mornings are good, you know. As long as like I said, I want to work, you know. So, like I walking to work, you know. I mean not walking to work, but walking to work from the downtown. But I take a bus, so I walk from downtown and you know to work. So and yeah, so like my mornings are almost like as if that you know when you go there, you know to work, you know it's almost like you want to be there, you know. So it's almost like you want to be at work, you know. You want to be there, you know. It's almost like you know you like to be there, you know. You like to enjoy your job, you know. My job, you know. I like my job, you know. I like you know to clean, you know. I like to clean, you know, the sector, you know. Like, you know, make it, you know. I like to make it stop, you know. Like notice, you know, that I clean, you know, make sure, you know. And the clients, you know, that come in, you know, they see that, right? So, all look, you know, the chairs, you know, all sanitized, you know, all that, you know. Yeah, the clients come in, you know, they see that, you know, they might, you know, not all of them, but, you know, that there's, you know, get help, right? So, you know, I mean, they don't really pay attention to my cleaning, so, you know, they're there to get help, you know, and whatever, so. Other, you know, personal business. So yeah, so it's been a long 60 minutes, and kind of like you know telling you what's been happening in the last few weeks. You know, last week or so. You know, it's the first time. You know, yeah, I know you guys might not. You know, I mean, from from bottom like from ear down. You know, it's late at night. It's late at night right now. It's around it's 10 at night. So yeah, I've been tired. So 9:50 p.m. right now. And gas, if you live in the gas one, you know, it's I don't know where you guys live, but you know, you guys have different time zones. You know, I get a lot of people commenting from England, you know, I don't know, England, India, I don't know, all over, you know, or it's overseas, you know. I get some from Calgary, Nova Scotia, Montreal. One YouTuber there commented from Montreal, you know, and yeah, I get people from all over the world, you know, from England, from London, Asia, you know, always, you know, like always international, you know, like I didn't think people find me this, you know, find me on here, so even from overseas, you know, I don't know these people, so I mean, thank you for watching, you know, thank you for watching, and you know, sub to my channel, and you know, I mean, even though I don't know you guys personally, you know, like, nice to have friends, you know, it's almost like, you know, it's almost like getting new friends, you know, stuff like that, so, yeah, it's nice to have friends once in a while, right, so, but, I mean, like I said, you know, most of my YouTubers, I don't know them personally, so I don't know them, you know, from older ground, so, I know some from work, you know, that I told my coworkers at work, Kayla, Michelle, other ladies, you know. Like I said, I'm trying not to mention names here, so when my coworkers at work, where I work at, watch my channel, so I thank them for that. So, I mean, it's almost like they're part of my life, It's almost like they're family to me, Everybody, in my family, busy with work, but, people at work, like, where I work with, co-workers, co-workers, stuff, even friends from PA, shop, not, Mr. Nygaard, so, prayer, like, he's a praying, he's a guy that likes to pray a lot, so, I might have to give him another, shout out here, and, yeah, he likes to pray, he likes to pray about people, so, bless him, oh Lord, bless him, oh Lord, bless this person, and, all of that, and bless, bless, bless. He likes to bless people, While I was in the hospital, came to my room, once, after I died, he noticed that I was in the hospital, so, about 2.5 weeks ago, so, yeah, he came to my room, so, yeah, he bought me some stuff as well, so, yes, I think, 20 minutes, 21 minutes, it's going long right now, so, yeah, hope you guys, have a good week, good week this week. Like I said, I'll make this video, I'll try to edit the few parts that I said, and, so, yeah, so, like I said, my mental health, it comes and goes, not as prevalent as before, but, as I'm still going through, processes, sleeping, stuff. Losing family members is not something I take lightly yet, so, now we have another one, one of our relatives, like I said, I'm not mentioning any names, so, he's dying, he's dying of liver cancer, so, yeah, it's, not fun to lose people, but we're all going to die, one way or another, we can't turn back the clock, right? We can't turn back the clock, so, I guess, yeah, so, can't turn back time. If we had, a time machine, I would, but, it would be costly to buy, so, I don't have the money to buy a time machine, so, if you want to donate to my channel, to buy myself a time machine. No, I would never do that. No, I would never do that. Bad enough to the end, cost of living, and all of that nonsense, bad enough people have to pay, I don't ask for money, I do not ask for money, so I never do that to people, so, especially you guys, like I said, I don't know you guys personally, so you're just there to watch my videos and, enjoy my content. I appreciate that. Not too often, not a lot of YouTubers, when I subscribe, they don't post, so not a lot of YouTubers post videos, so, I understand why, a lot of people are camera shy, and stuff, and, We all get that like that. We all get it. We all get camera shy. It's understandable. So a lot of people don't like to, they don't like to post their themselves, their person. So um, out there. So okay. So you guys have a good day, good night, and tomorrow will be a better day. Tomorrow morning, I'm working tomorrow morning, so I imagine it could be best day of the day, best time of the day. So yeah, then tomorrow afternoon, hopefully, I try to keep myself up. So what I'll do is from now on, I told my coworker, whatever, wherever the moods I'm getting in the morning, like, feeling all excited, someone's like you want to work, someone's like you want to go to work, clean, for them, but afternoons, it's all different ballgame, so, but I try to eliminate that as much as I can, try to be positive and, try to stay excited, But I get paid, I get paid for this, I should be I should be happy. I should be excited. Because, lucky for me, I got this job. Working. Literally working, getting paid, I should be, because I haven't got a job since COVID, pandemic. I haven't had a job since the pandemic. I bought a pizza. I got laid off, so I don't know if it's pandemic or laid off. Then I was without no warning. So businesses. I know a lot of businesses back then. They struggle financially, overhead costs. Everything else. I fully get that. So. But right now, since July of last year, I'm working. I'm working at the Prince Community, Prince Community Service Center. Cleaning. So even for an hour a day, an hour, still a job. It's a job, right? 1 hour, that's 60 minutes of pure working, pure work. Not like 1 hour of just doing nothing, I gotta work, it's working. So, not doing nothing, I'm working, 1 hour a day, it's not much, but it's something, it's something. So, I'm lucky, to got me this job. I'm lucky, otherwise, I won't get paid, I won't get any extra income, so I need this, Now I got credit card debt, and everything else, I'm lucky I got this job, Make extra money on top of my SAP benefits, and now I got my Canadian disability benefit, all that stuff. Little bit extra money, helps. It helps me a lot, so. Especially the time of crisis, So, I'm lucky I got this job. Never mind, just, wherever. Imagine working like, yeah, as I said, this damn, that got me this job. The lady, like I said, the lady got me this job, so they hired me there, right there, so, yeah, enough said, I'm lucky I got this job, so, my local there just went off. Anyways, I'll be locking up there, so, anyways, hope you guys, have a good night. The local behind me there is good enough. So, Yeah, you probably see a local. Yeah. Anyways, hope you guys have a good night, good sleep. I'll be into bed pretty quick, pretty soon. Well, I'll be listening to music there for a bit and then go to bed. So I gotta get up early. I'm always up early when up with the birds. I'm up with the birds. So yeah. So anyways, thanks for watching, you guys. Thank you for please watch my videos, you guys. Just if you don't want to watch me or whatever, just listen to me, just listen to me and or put on mute, So I mean, whatever. So the reason why I'm doing this, because once in a while, I like to do these videos, as an update, whatever. So yeah, I'm also making shorts too, and whatever, time to time, and I'm making more shorts than ever. But once in a while, I like to do these long form, long videos. So just to get people entertained, not like not 3 minutes, at a time, So and these videos will help me boost my views and my my whatever. So it helps my channel, So and the other thing that can help me is give a like, hype, comments, positive comments are welcome, and also share the channel on your socials, and also Instagram as well, so you can follow me there. I know I'm not, I know I don't have much there, but from time to time I'll try to make videos there, make, pictures, to put out there, so just give me some time to, prepare and, make some content there too, so follow me on Instagram is Corey 2026 Black Guy Nation. It's all one word, so no capitals, nothing. It's Corey Black Guy, no Corey 2026 Black Guy Nation. So that's my Instagram, and Facebook is Corey /Richard period 31, I believe. So I'll put those in the description. So you look there for yourself. So okay. So I'm gonna thank everybody for watching. Keep subbing to my channel, and I'll post more on my mental health and personal life journey. You guys just enjoy my content, keep liking my content, and no negative, please. No negative comments. I've seen lots of people, not a lot of people, but I see few people so far that's, I already blocked 2 people already, and I might have to report 1 because, it's one person, telling me that something that is, kind of, you know what I mean, right? So I'm not gonna say it because you get the picture. So it's not a good word. So it's a 5-letter word. Is I would say I'll make it simple. So it's blank the or blank the safe. I'm not saying it anymore. So it's a 5-letter word. It's blank the safe. yeah, so. Okay, so anyways, thanks for watching. Like I said, do your due diligence. Like I said before, so like, comment, share, Instagram, Facebook, all that. Like I said, I'll post them in my description. So, and yeah, so thanks for watching, and have a good night. And Buckeye Nation signing off. I'll catch you in the next one. Bye for now. Oh, by the way, I'll post a little grass cutting at the end of the video here, so bear with me. I'll post that video as well. My landlord to post this video cutting the grass, so yeah, that's when I finally did the grass. After all my negativity, my mood swings, stuff like that. So yeah, I'll post this. Just give me a minute here. I'll post a little statement at the end here. So and also have a good night and enjoy the little grass cutting. Bye for now.
There's Corey doing his job out there cutting the grass, making our lawn look so nice every time.
Never cuts it the same way twice.
Oh, he always does. Just his boss just said he never cuts it the same way twice. That gives it some variety. He's a hard-working guy. Takes pride in doing that job.